Here's the problem. We had a palm tree fall on our building during Hurricane Ian back in 2022. There was a group of 3 trees on the corner of our building, and the third one was very tall. It fell right between the others, right onto the building. We didn't want to damage the tile roof. We certainly didn't want to damage the gutters. In this video, it's going to talk about how we did it. We have pictures of what we did. We're going to show you some special rigging techniques that we used in order to properly pull the palm off the tree at the right angle, talk about how we trimmed everything up, and then how we eventually bucked it down with a chainsaw and got it removed safely. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great video. All right, you won't really be able to see my face right now, but that's okay. The centerpiece in this whole discussion is the Warren winch that we use. This is a Warren winch. It's a 1,000-pound capacity winch. You can use it as a winch and you can use it as a hoist. As you may recall from our rigging video, and if you haven't seen it, there'll be a link in the description below. You can use a winch like this as either a hoist or as a winch. With a hoist, you're vertically raising and lowering items. With a winch, it can be horizontal, it can be vertical, horizontal, any angle. So in this case, we use the Warren winch as an actual winch. 1,000-pound capacity. It's got a great little cable to it. It's got a grab hook on the end. You have to be careful. It's always good to wear gloves because you can see the pin on here. That pin can grab you. So right now I'm actually going to bend that. It may have gotten caught during one of our jobs. I'm going to bend that cotter pin back just to make it less of a hazard. Now notice the red strap on the hook. That always is supposed to stay on the hook. When you're handling a winch or winch cable, you're best not to hold on to the cable because you can get cuts from pieces of cable that might stick out, and they're like thorns and they could rip open your skin. So the best thing is to take the cable, hold it by the red strap, and then you can move it as you need. If you need to handle the cable, put a pair of gloves on. The other thing that you see here, this is a roughneck 2-ton snatch block. And what we did with this was, it's just a separate pulley, and it allowed us to change the direction of the cable from going straight out to 90 degrees between the trees, and we'll explain that in a little more detail later. The way the snatch block works, we unscrew this, we turn the hook, we're able to open it up, and then we can remove or place a cable, put it back in, tie it down, screw it down there, and you're ready to go. So this is a great unit, and by putting these two together, you can take this cable and run it in virtually any direction you need. Now the magic angles that we use for this particular setup are the following. All right, after talking about the winch, we'll just talk about the setup on the sides. You'll see in the pictures we had a palm tree here and a palm tree about 7 feet away this way. What we did is we shackled the strap to this palm. We shackled the strap to that palm. We then hooked the Warren winch to this palm here, which would be on your right side. Actually, yes, your right side. Mary, is that right? Is it right? Would it be the right side? Okay, so we shackled the Warren winch to the right palm. Then what we did is we went over to the left tree and we looped a strap around that palm using the 5/8 shackle. We set it up with the winch hooked to this tree so that this snatch block was in the middle of the 2 trees, so that when we pulled to pull the damaged palm off of our building, it pulled at the angle we wanted. If we just took the winch and hooked to one tree or the other, the palm would have dragged on the roof. It would have damaged the roof tiles and possibly damaged the gutters and the side of the building as we took it down. And it was too long to actually just drop it down. So what we did is we set it up so that the snatch block was attached in the center of the area between the trees. That gave us the direction change on the cable where we could secure it to the tree, and then by using the winch and a power supply, we had electricity back then, so we were able to plug into the building. But if we didn't, we could use our jackery, and you'll see a picture of the jackery in the B-roll. You could use a jackery to run the winch in a no power situation. We were able to lift the tree up slightly off the roof, use a reciprocating saw to lop off the palm fronds. Then we were able to tie a rope to the crown that was left, that big crown that's on the top. We tied a rope to it, and a groundsman pulled it away while I chainsawed the palm crown off, and it pulled away from the building. And then we were able to slowly lop off. After we took off a few pieces of the palm trunk, we could unhook all this stuff and then just bring the tree right down to the ground and just cut it up piece by piece. So that's what we did. And the key to the project was knowing how to use this rigging material and specifically how to place this snatch block so we had a direction change in the winch cable that allowed us to directly pull the tree right off the roof. So that's it. It sounds like a simple project, but it took some pretty advanced rigging concepts, and these are the kinds of things we teach in our videos. We don't see a lot of this out there on the internet as it comes to hurricane prep or any kind of storm prep actually. We had the equipment, the knowledge, and the skills to use it safely and get things done productively, and we're trying to teach you and others to do the same. So if you have any questions or any concerns, throw them in the comments below. Check out our links below to our other videos. Check out our book, Real Life Hurricane Prep. Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.